Hello boys and girls again. It's me from the Peaky Blinders. It's the weekend. My wife isn't home yet. I know I've done 3 videos with chess bots today, the new Christmas bots, and I just thought we'd have something for the weekend, if that suits. Glass of red, Shiraz, and I've been sent, I haven't been sent. Chess.com club members have shared a couple of games that they, I guess, were proud of, both playing the black pieces. I haven't even looked at them. I don't know what's going on. So I thought we'd just take a moment and go through a couple of games together in the 1200 to 1300 range, just for fun, shits and giggles. All right. I need a glug of wine first. All right. First up, Salty Garbage from the UK. Nice name. Nice name. Okay. I'm not going to do it all in Peaky Blinders. If I wanted, my favourite character in Peaky Blinders is Alfie Solomons. Love Alfie. Alfie's just great. Yeah. Salty Garbage. Anyway. So, we have the black pieces. This is a 15-minute game. And white starts with the funky King's Fianchetto opening. And so e5. And e3 and d5. So black absolutely bang on. Take the centre if it's offered. I'm expecting this bishop to come out and, King's Indian attack kind of ideas. But if your opponent gives you the centre, what the hell there? Out comes the bishop, yeah. Okay, now knight f6, so we're moving one of the minor pieces off the king's side, maybe preparing to castle fairly shortly over here. But the other important thing is we're adding a second defender to this pawn. Queen's already defending it once. Okay, and now Stunner Wills. So what country is that? Africa somewhere, Ghana. Okay, is going for a double fianchetto. Okay, as per the song. And so we develop the dark squared bish. Now it is looking at a dark squared triangle here, but also here you've got the same problem, right? So what white has done is he's really set out his stall on the dark squares, which means if you want to get through this, the light squares is your way to go. However, on this side of the board, the dark squares are weak and the light squares are strong. So this bishop, in a way, there's an argument to be said for putting it like here. And maybe ideas are coming through that little gap. However, he's going to find a bishop occupying that space very soon. And there it is. Okay, now then. Pawn undefended and under attack. So, hello ghost. So, knight here is a thought. Push on is a thought. Queen e7. Lots of ways to do it. What do we do? Knight c6. Why not? Natural square. Defend the pawn. It does mean this knight is busy though, defending the pawn. Okay. And we have knight e2. So, interesting. He's not blocking off his fianchetto bishop. But this pawn is still defended twice. Alright. And we castle. Ooh, an h3. Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. That's going to come back to bite him. Let's find out. You okay, Ghost? We found Ghost. Wandering around in our garden, crying. We'd heard her out there crying. My wife had heard her about 3 days before we found her and said, I heard a cat in the garden, and I went over and then couldn't hear anything. And then the next day, I was out in the garden, and I heard her, and I heard this meowing sound. I thought, that sounds like a cat. And then, so I went over, and again it stopped. And then the next day, my wife's coming through the gate with the car, so we have to get out to open the gate to drive through. And I heard it again. Well, I went to open the gate for her, and I heard it again, and I looked down, and it's this little one, wandering around our garden, crying. So she let me pick her straight up. She came in, had a load of food. She was a bit unfriendly for a couple of weeks, but now is the happiest thing in the world. I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous. And she's so soft, aren't you, babe? Yeah? We've been doing lots and lots and lots of flea treatments. But she's as good as gold. Okay. So, my prediction that will haunt white in some way if he castles kingside. So, what would I do here? I think bishop here looks good. Looking at c2, that looks alright. Bishop here is more kind of solid. It's, again, triple defending this pawn, but it's kind of getting in the way of the rook to go to there. So we have, oh, good, bishop f5. Excellent. This is good play from a 1200. Oh, he's done the same thing. Oh, do you know what he's doing? This is the hedgehog, isn't it? Isn't this the hedgehog or the hippo? The hippo. Right, now if he does that, so this is very similar to the rat opening that I made a video about the other day. The difference is, in the rat opening, you don't have these pawns pushed forwards. Right? They're back here defended only by the rooks. Here, they're defended twice. So you could make an argument that's even more solider. But hey ho, so I think that's what he's doing. I think this is his style. In the broadest sense of the word. Okay, now a5. Alright, and now we're striking out here. Probably trying to de-encourage white from castling queenside and wanting to send him kingside. Ooh. Well, second thoughts. What that there? Now, it might be tempting here to sacrifice one of these minor pieces for a pair of pawns, but you would be opening up the h-file. So I would resist that temptation at this point in time. I think bishop there is a thought. You could simply drop it back to here. You could push it there, but then that's again going to probably inspire these pawns to come forward. So, okay, we've gone solid. Nothing wrong with that. So in a way, you could say that this bishop move then prompted this, and then you move the bishop back, leaving white with a vulnerability. This pawn is defended only once by that, for example. However, what we have also done is prompted white to start pushing pawns up the king side where our king is. Okay, we have d3 from white. So this is very much the, whatever it is it the hippo opening? But he's pushed this pawn forward. And now if he puts his knight here, we know what he's doing. We know what he's up. Okay, and b5. Okay, so this is great. What's interesting about this is that white has shot himself in the foot as regards castling kingside to a degree by pushing Gary and Harry up the board. Now what black's doing here is pushing the A and B pawns up the board to say, if you're thinking about castling that side below, bro, right, think again, because I'm coming at you, right? So let's see what happens. Okay, I'm not surprised. This is the whatever it is opening. Okay, and now again. Now, but there is an issue here, because when you've got pawns facing off like this, whichever one you push, your opponent can push the other one and end up with a gridlock, yeah? So here we've pushed this one. Does he push? He pushes. Okay, now, that square is not available. It's attacked by a pawn. So now what you want to be thinking about is, in terms of pawn structure, solid, 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 center, center, right? Locked off, locked off. Charlie here is a free agent. So Charlie is very likely to want to be making a break of his own at some point in time. He's a backwards pawn. Okay, so now black drops the bishop back. This is interesting, because looking at black's position now, it feels like white is really overextended now. Even though white seemed to be wanting to play a very close, kind of closed, solid position, black has been poking at it, and white's been kind of lashing out with pawn moves a lot of pawn moves. White has only just completed development now on move 12. And then black's just retreated the bishops, right? Giving himself a very solid position, okay? And in fact, white hasn't completed development because white hasn't castled. So what's going to happen? Now the knight comes round. He can't really go there or there. That's defended twice, attacked twice. Is he going to come in here? Okay, nice. Now I like this. I would salty garbage here is playing well above 1200, in my humble opinion. So what I like about this is king's stuck in the middle. He hasn't castled yet, right? So let's go for the middle. Break stuff open. Just vandalize the place, right? That's what we want to do. Takes, pawn takes, attacking the knight. Now he's got a problem. Now he's got a knight under attack. Okay, knight retreats. This is looking very, very dubious for Stunner Wills there, right? Because he hasn't castled his king, which he should have been thinking about. Okay. Now the bishop back here. Okay, so this pawn attacked twice. If it were me, oh no, that's what I was going to say. You could defend it with the rook, but you can't because the bishop's in the way. So I get it. Okay, knight in now. Kind of plugging up the centre. I'd be tempted to capture. Either lure this bishop out of its little hole, or lure the e-pawn off the e-file. Captures, good. Bishop takes, okay, great. Now I've maybe rook e8. This bishop's no threat, it's just staring at fresh air. It could take out this, but then queen's guarding that. So I'm thinking maybe something like this there forces the bishop to trade off, and we just want to winkle out that king, don't we, Ghost? Yeah? Oh, nice move. That's a nice move. Good use of a pawn move there. Okay? And now this bishop has to retreat. Okay? But pawn moves in the middle when the king's uncastled. Perfect sense. Oh! Hail! You went for that, did you? Okay, queen takes. Now, I don't know about you, but I would take black's position any day of the week from this point. I am liking this. This bishop, useless. It's got nothing. Can't go there. Yeah? This knight, rubbish. Bishops, not bishops, you know what they are, the square ones. The rooks. The rooks still in the box. Yeah? Queen, shite. Okay, but, okay, to your credit, there is a pawn hanging. Right, so let's have it. Now, do we want to trade a perfectly good bishop for a knight? Knight's looking at this. They're both okay. I might think about that, you know. Gets the rook out of the line of fire of that bishop. So maybe rook here, and if knight takes, you take with the rook. And look, we are opening up the middle of the board. There's the d file is now completely open. Okay, but black decides to trade. Fair enough. That's a thought now, looking at this rook. But now white is sitting there thinking, why didn't I castle my king when I had the chance? Well, you should have, innit? Good, nice move, love it. Now this, for example, wins material. Because we have discovery against the rook. Well, we don't. We're attacking the rook. Discovery against the queen. Queen dodges out the way. Like the yellow-bellied coward you are. Now. Rook f to e8. That's what I'd play. No! Checkity-doo-dah. Like. Means I like a this. But what do we get? Queen blocks or king moves? King moves. Okay, now on this side of the board, the light squares are well defended by this pawn chunk. Now, bishop round here, surely. Okay, well that's another thought. Oh, that's nice. Now we're attacking the rook. Rook moves. Okay, like it. I mean, you've got queen here, but I don't know if you really want to go trading now. Okay, bishop's coming back. Is it coming round here? Hope so. Queen moves. Now, white wants to trade off queens. Hell no. Correct. Bishop retreats. I think bishop h4. No. We'll look at the double rooks and check this out. Black is going, I'm putting all my junk on dark squares. You can't touch me. Yeah? On the other hand, white is saying the same thing. I'm putting all my junk on light coloured squares. You can't touch me. That's the opposite coloured bishop situation. I'm not sure about that. I mean, that pawn was in front of the king. He needs to join the Leave Freddy Alone Society, doesn't he? Okay, so queen retreats. I like, this is kind of quite sober, calm play from black. I'm liking this. Salty garbage. You have my approval, my son. Okay, yeah, doubling up the rooks on an open file. What's not to like? Threat of this. Boom! So king clears off out the way. Now, we can't play that. Play this. Ooh, and then queen in here. Because the bishop's pinned, yeah? No, you've gone for the queen. Now, here. Oh no. Yeah, here we could trade the queen for 2 rooks. Which is not a bad trade. I did that in one of my games today. Or I had that in one of my games today. I ended up with the queen against 2 rooks. I guess it depends on the layout of the board. But white bottles it and says no thank you. Rook comes back. Again, this is kind of nice menacing play. I like it a lot. Bishop here looks very healthy. What would we do? See how black has kept the blooming pawns around his king tight? And is that king worried? Is it bothered? Is its face bothered? I ain't even bothered though. I ain't bothered. Fiancasso? I ain't bothered. Okay, breaking through. Takes, queen takes, yeah? Queen takes. And now, pair of isolated pawns. 2 attackers on here. 5 minutes on the clock. And resigns. Boom! Nice. Well played, salty garbage. A lot of positives to take from that game. Stunner Wills, not so much. Not so much. Alright, ready for another one. Got half a glass of wine. Okay, this is from Callum Christie 94, but a child. 30 minutes on the clock, playing Fusi 10, who's rated 1157. So Callum's nearly 100 points high rated, but that means he's got more to lose. Okay, let's go. And we have the black pieces. We have e4, e6, le français. Oh. Okay, knight f3, d5. And now c3 prepares d4. The typical move here would be this, but we do not have that. We have d takes e4 because it's an undefended pawn. Oh! And now, okay, this is handy. This is a check with a fork on the pawn. Okay, righto. So bishop blocks check. Queen takes. Now this pawn is undefended. So what we're going to see, bishop c6. I think I probably would, or knight c6 develops another piece, but leaves the bishop a bit not great. Oh! Oh! Did you not see the pawn, or are you gambiting? Now here, there's an alternative move as well, which is bishop c6. Defending the rook by x-ray, right? Opening up the line for the queen. Might have been an idea, but knight c6 is good. Queen runs away. Okay, so now we're in a situation where we've given up a pawn, but we have better development. We've got 3 minor pieces against 1 minor piece and a queen, which can be a liability. Rook b8 is a thought here. Kick the queen again, get on the semi-open. Bosh. Quality. Queen runs away again. Okay, develop the last piece. Nice. It's a decent square. And now d4 by white. I think castles. Yep. Okay. And now white is lagging behind, right? All black needs to do is put the queen there and he's completed development. White is 1, 2, 3 and castles away. 4 moves off completed development. For the sake of a pawn, is it worth it? Don't know. Okay, bishop develops. Not really helping the king castling in a hurry, but rook e8, very sensible. Is a normal middle game move. Okay, and now h3. Stopping the knight coming in. This knight isn't great here because of these dark squared pawns, right? It's on a light square. Its main squares it wants to go to are blocked off. So for me, I'd think about that. I would. Black plays, okay, e5. Again, same thing that we just saw, right, in the previous game. King hasn't castled. Strike for the center. Okay, and look, we've got 1, 2, 3 defenders on that pawn. Pushes. Now a thought here might be this, but then takes, and then pawn takes bishop, so that's not brilliant. So, the pawn was undefended. How? How long did you think about that? You thought 1 minute 12 and then put it in an undefended place. That's curious. Okay. Is there a plan? Bishop attacks queen. A couple of thoughts. Bishop back here or f6. Or queen dodges out of the way. Okay. Bishop attacks knight. Knight is undefended. Knight to there. If bishop takes, e takes with discovered check. Takes, discovered check. Okay, knight can't block there. No good. Bishop can't block there. Queen obviously can't block. The only options are bishop there or king moves. King moves. I'd have thought about bishop there at least. But hey ho. Okay. Bishop out here now hitting the queen yet again. Queen has to move yet again. Now. Knight here. Because that's threatening. Takes and then g takes and that's very bad. Okay, backing it up with the queen. Queen's looking at b2 as well. Of course, you could have just taken on b2 with a rook. Sacrifice. I'm unconvinced. And it just feels like, look how active black's pieces are, all of them. Right? He's also got potential of this. Force an exchange of queens. Yeah? With check. All black's pieces are in the game. And now he's up in material. Okay. Now you're giving a check. So king g8. King g6 is more aggressive. Oh, bishop's defending h7. That's fine. Queen to here. I spy with my little eye something beginning with a checkmate threat. But that resolves it. So does that actually. That's not a bad move. Knight there. Attacks the queen and covers that square. That kind of does the same thing, but disconnects the rooks. I think my move is slightly better because it also hits the queen and doesn't break the rook's defense of each other. Rooks like mutual protection. Oh, I'd love to put my bishop there. I surely would. Okay, queen takes b2. Good. Like this. Undefended knight, undefended rook. What are you going to do? Rook here? No. That's a nice alternative. Knight out defending the rook in turn. Okay. Still would love to play this. Can't put queen there. Could put queen here. And then threaten this. That'd be lovely. If you get that, you punch the... Ooh! Oh, like it! Like it! I didn't even see that one. Right? This is the pattern you need to think about, right? Knight is the only defender of the rook. Rook's under attack. Can I eliminate the knight? Boom! And now, oh wow, we just got a knight for free. Rook takes rook. Oh, cute. Rook takes queen. Rook takes rook. It's checkmate. In it. You can't take. Knight retreats. Are you going to take it now? No! Oh! God! That's a great move. That's a gorgeous check. Oh! 1253. And those last couple of moves are pucker, proper, good, chess. Now we're plus 12. And it's all going to be over before too long. Come on, rook takes rook now. Yes, of course. Knight takes. Now, rook b1. Pin the knight. Knight can't take the queen. King moves out the way. I spy with my little eye something beginning with D. Of course he found it. You're on fire. You're on fire. Okay, pushes. Now the queen is en prise, so we either take out the knight or we capture there. Or just move there. Okay, yeah, threatening. Check. Mate? No, threatening. Knight has to come here. Takes, okay. Whew. Yeah. And game over. It's not checkmate, is it? But the only legal move is knight here, and then queen takes. Bang. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. So, that's what you can get at 1200 range, guys, when someone's on form. Really, really enjoyed that. Thank you, guys, for sending me your games. If you're not a member of the Chess Bootcamp Club, check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.